Hi everyone, hope you're enjoying your summer. I have my monthly wellness box from Young Living here, and we call it Essential Rewards because you order once a month anything you want and you earn points back and you earn the free promo items. So you get all the good stuff for free at the same time that you order whatever it is that you want that month. So on my orders, I get 25% points back. So it's really just an amazing deal. Lots of free stuff. So the first thing I ordered this month is another 5-pound bag of einkorn berries. So you may wonder what in the world that is. Well, einkorn is the ancient wheat. It has 14 chromosomes and 1 genome versus modern wheat that has 42 chromosomes and 3 genomes. So this means it's easier to digest, and it's also just before all the hybridization that's happened with modern wheat that has raised the gluten content, that has raised the starch content, creating more inflammation, creating more just digestive issues with the wheat. And also it's made it more addictive as well than the ancient wheat. So this has been grown for a couple of years by Young Living in France, and now we're growing it in Utah. And Young Living's building a grain mill in Utah so that they can encourage other farmers in Utah to grow einkorn as well. It's also grown, of course, with traditional practices, which means that it ripens in the field. It's not sprayed with glyphosate to quickly ripen it. And there's kind of two problems with that. So the glyphosate, first of all, is poison. It's the main ingredient in Roundup, so you don't want that in your food. But it's in a lot of grains, particularly conventional wheat if it's not organic. And then also the grain develops its own enzymes to help you digest it when it's going through that ripening process. So when you shortcut that with the glyphosate, you're again adding to the digestive issues. So Young Living makes a lot of einkorn products already if you don't want to mill your own, but milling your own wheat gives you a lot more nutrition and it tastes a lot better. You're making sure that those oils in the kernels haven't gone rancid because you're using it when it's fresh, and again, it just tastes amazing. So if you want to learn more about einkorn, this is a great book. It really explains the whole process of what's happened with wheat and all the differences and everything else. So very comprehensive. So next thing I ordered is my monthly or my daily multivitamin called Master Formula. And so it has 4 pills in a little pack. And so it covers everything you need for sort of your basic daily multivitamin. So the other thing I love about Young Living is that their vitamins and their supplements are extremely unique in terms of the ingredients. They've really done a huge amount of research in figuring out what's the most available version for your body, getting it to be the most natural as possible so that you can actually absorb it and benefit from it. They also combine unique ingredients that work really well together that support the body, and then their testing is just second to none to make sure that what's in the product is really in the product in terms of the quantities and what's on the label is actually in there. And then there's nothing extra. You're not going to find heavy metals, you're not going to find extra just fillers and things like that. So the supplement industry, it has really very little regulation, and when tested, often herbal supplements have been found to have none of the herb that they claim is their main ingredient, which is no wonder they don't work. I remember seeing another study where they tested aloe vera products, and the aloe vera products had no aloe vera. So you've got to be really careful, and you've got to really trust the company, unless you have your own testing equipment and can figure out what's in the supplements yourself. So I typically buy from Young Living if I can because I've seen their testing labs, I know their processes, or I'm going to be buying another top brand that's going to be kind of top of the line with price as well, because you really get what you pay for with your supplements. So 2 more supplements that I like are BLM, Bones, Ligaments, and Muscles, and Agilese, and both of these are great for supporting joint health. So I have a job, photography, that's very demanding on joints, from the standing, from holding the heavy cameras for long hours at a time, all day at a wedding, from lots of computer work, lots of hand, mouse kind of things. So I want my joints to work properly so I don't even think about them. So these are very different supplements. BLM has type 2 collagen and MSM and some essential oils that also support joints, which would be balsam fir, wintergreen, and clove. So it's a more simple ingredient list, but still very effective. And then Agilese is going to have your undenatured collagen, it's going to have your frankincense resin, it's going to have multiple other ingredients that have been known to be supportive of joints. Quite a long list. So it's a great supplement as well, and I can definitely tell a difference when I've been taking them. So I've decided to kind of double up right now. Sometimes I'll go back and forth with one or the other, but you can certainly pick one and see how it works for you. But again, we want to be active as we get older, and so supporting joint health is a big part of that. So love those. A new one that I decided just to have on hand from Young Living is the Maximum Strength Acne Cream. And so Maximum Strength, yes, acne treatment. I was trying to make sure I had the name right. So the active ingredient in that is salicylic acid derived from a natural wintergreen. And any of the over-the-counter medications that Young Living has like this are going to meet all the FDA requirements for that class of an over-the-counter medication. So this is for acne. It also includes things like aloe vera, manuka oil, tea tree oil, and I believe one other that are very supportive of the skin. So they keep it moisturized, they help minimize the appearance of wrinkles, help scars heal, that sort of thing. So it kind of has a dual duty purpose there, but again, it's a maximum strength acne treatment that's all 100% naturally plant-derived ingredients, which means that it's going to be things that are very chemically complex, because plants are naturally very complex. And so that leads to the product being able to interact with your body and help your body, support your body systems in a way that a synthetic product just can't do. Synthetic products also, because they don't work naturally with your body, tend to have side effects as well. And natural products, because of their complexity, just naturally have less side effects. So very interesting kind of chemistry of the way that all works, but very interesting all the same. So anyway, if you're looking for something natural, acne treatment, that is a good one to try. Another favorite product is Thieves Dinnerome Plus toothpaste. So Young Living has 4 toothpastes. This one is great because it doubles as a deodorant, which I know sounds kind of weird, but it totally works. And it's great because you're keeping the aluminum, you're keeping all the toxicity out of sensitive places of your body where it could absorb easily. You just don't want to add to the load on your body. You don't want to add things that are going to disrupt your hormones. You don't want to add things that are going to possibly give you heavy metal poisoning or anything else that could be in that product. With toothpaste, you want to stay away from fluoride. Fluoride is very toxic to the thyroid. It also lowers IQ in children. It's not necessary at all. So I haven't used fluoride in my toothpaste in, I don't know, probably close to 20 years now. So if you need a better dentist, find a biological dentist, and they will totally support you not using fluoride because they know of the dangers. But anyway, this is a great product, again, for toothpaste or for deodorant. So let's see, we also always have our monthly update from Mary Young, who's the head of our company, and also updates on how they've rebuilt 100 homes in Nepal from the earthquake. So the Young Living Foundation is doing amazing work around the world. They have a malaria center, they're providing shoes for children in Africa, they're doing the rebuilding in Nepal, just everywhere. It's amazing. So another new product this summer from Convention is they continue to add to the makeup line, and apparently by next summer we will have everything necessary for a complete makeup line, which I really have no idea what's lacking. There are so many products already. So this is a new palette. This is the first in the pressed makeups, because we have a mineral makeup line. And so the mineral makeup line means that most of the makeup is going to be a loose powder. So, which takes some getting used to, but totally have got it down at this point. So, but it'll be fun to have this little palette of eyeshadows, especially for travel, because it'll just be more convenient. And the colors are really pretty. So, love the fact that it doesn't include some of the ingredients that mineral makeups often do that are very irritating to the skin. And again, it's going to be the most natural products available that are the least irritating, that are not going to add things to your skin that you just don't want to be putting on there every day. Recently, I think it was earlier this year, there was a study, someone had their makeup tested that they bought for their daughter at some of like the stores at the mall, and it tested to have asbestos in it. So you definitely don't want to be, exposing yourself to these things. Apparently the average woman eats 4 pounds of lipstick in a lifetime, because it's going on your lips, it's going in your mouth, and lipsticks notoriously have lead in them. So Young Living's makeup is also going to be a vegan makeup. I did not realize how many animal products are in makeup, and there's a lot of animal fats in the lipsticks and stuff, so it's really kind of disgusting. But happy to have a line of makeup that I know is good. So this was really fun. This is like a little essential oils bar that was one of the free items this month. So every month, again, there's going to be promo items. And as your order increases, then you're going to get more free stuff. So let's see what we got this month. So we got the little bar, and then we got some oils for free. So one of the free ones was wintergreen, which I already mentioned that one in terms of being an ingredient in our acne cream, and it's also an ingredient in our Cool Azul pain cream. Smells amazing. I love natural wintergreen, but just lots of uses for it as well, and it's also, like I said, a key ingredient in a lot of our great products. So spearmint was free this month, and spearmint is just so minty and fresh. It's an ingredient in Citrus Fresh. If it's in the Vitality, which is the white label bottle, it's great for putting in your water, just for like a refreshing summer drink. It's a good one to put in your diffuser. Any of the mints are going to be just really stimulating, helping you think more clearly. So this might be a good kind of back to school one for studying. So another one that was free this month is Ravensara. And Ravensara is from Madagascar, and they call it the oil that heals. But it's great for brain fog, for kind of waking up the brain. It should be diluted if you're going to put this on kids. It's a great one for when you're sort of around lots of germy people. It's a really powerful one in that way as well, for just staying well and staying above the wellness line. What else for Ravensara? You can look it up. There's a lot of great uses. I always have this on hand. It's kind of one of the staples that I use, particularly if I've been around people that are not well. So happy that one's free, so that I can make sure I keep it in stock. So another one that was free was Acceptance, and I'm learning a lot about these sort of emotionally named oils because they sound kind of confusing at first, but Acceptance is one that's great for helping with just opening the mind to accept new things in life, to move forward without procrastination. So it sounds like a great one for the fall. The oils also tend to kind of resonate with the body systems and the organs, that they sort of combat the emotions that we tend to stuff and store in those specific places in the body, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but it's really interesting. And they usually smell really good, so they're great ones to diffuse. They're great ones just for kind of doing a lot of personal growth work. So Vetiver, I ordered this month. A friend just told me that it's her favorite oil for sleep. So I know it's a great one for just relaxing and deep sleep. So I'm going to diffuse that one, probably with a little lavender. And I look forward to trying that one and see how it works for getting to sleep a little faster. So another one that was free this month, but I was going to order it anyway, is Aromasize. And this one it was free like maybe 3 years ago, and that's how I kind of discovered it, because I would not have known to order it. But it's great for relaxing tight muscles and soothing overworked muscles. I use it on neck and shoulders, just for all those knots. I take it with me when I go to get a massage to help her kind of work out all the kinks. I dilute it 50-50 to help it go further and kind of spread easier. So this one I cannot live without, and I use every single day. So highly recommend it. And then the last one is called Elemi. And Elemi oil is interesting because it's from a tree, a peely tree, and the tree is in the same family as frankincense and myrrh. So this is a very inexpensive oil, but it has a lot of similar properties that frankincense and myrrh would have. So it's great for skin. It has lots of cosmetic uses and other uses as well. So the interesting thing about the Elemi oil is Young Living now has 9 partner farms, and the Happy Peely Tree Farm in the Philippines is the 9th farm. And so there's a really lovely woman named Rosalina who has been studying for decades, looking for ways to increase sustainable agriculture in the Philippines, looking for just products that they can use their natural resources. And she discovered that while people were maybe eating the nuts from the peely tree, they were often using the tree for firewood. And in fact, it has this beautiful resin that can be distilled and turned into Elemi oil. And so she was working very hard to educate people to distill or to tap the trees to get the resin, but she had no way to distill without exporting the resin and then buying back the oil, which was not very cost efficient at all. And so Young Living came in and said, we want to support what you're doing amazing work, we really want Elemi oil, so we'll give you a grant to build an on-site distillery and testing lab so that you can really kind of hone your practice here, really take control of it, keep it all in-house, which will make more money. You can then educate more people to stop cutting down these beautiful trees, and to instead use them as a revenue source. So what they're doing is they're tracking the trees, they're keeping records as to which trees create the best oil. They're using those to create new seeds and new oils, or new trees for new oil for future generations. So it's a wonderful process. It's wonderful to support Rosalina and her team there in the Philippines. And then now we have access to this amazing oil as well. So one thing I also wanted to go back, I forgot to tell the story about Ravensara. So Ravensara, again, is from Madagascar. And there are families and towns in Madagascar that have been creating essential oils for generations and different sustainable products that they can create from their natural resources. And Young Living has gone to visit them, as we visit every single one of our suppliers, and it takes days to get there. It's a very remote location. And they said that they've been selling these products for generations, but Young Living is the only company that's ever bothered to come visit them, that's ever come to test the soil, test the water, to see what they're doing, to see if the foundation is right so that we get a quality product in the end. But more than that, also to meet the people and to see who is the one that is in charge of this, that's growing it, that are working the fields, working in the farms, to make sure that the community is benefiting as well, to make sure that people are being paid fairly, to make sure everything's on the up and up and nothing's being done illegally or harvested in a way that's not going to be sustainable for generations. So I thought that was really interesting that that it meant so much to them that Young Living came and showed such an interest in them and what they were doing, but that we were the only ones that had ever bothered to do that. So that shows kind of how much Young Living invests in their partners. So there's partner farms, there's corporate farms, and then there's the Seed to Seal certified suppliers like the farms in Madagascar, where Young Living is still very involved with everything they're doing to make sure that from the very start that they're getting a quality oil and that they're doing everything correctly. So love the process. Any of the farms with Young Living that are partner farms or corporate farms, members can go visit, they can see the process. Everything is very transparent, and I love that because I love traveling, I love the plants, I love everything. So hopefully someday I'll get to all the farms. That would be a lot of fun. So that's what I ordered this month. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer, and I will see you in the fall.